So what's blocking your success? I'm not gonna hold y'all up. It might be you. Oh gosh, I didn't want to say that. Subscribe for weekly videos centered on love, wellness, personal growth, and more. Hi everybody, welcome back to Happiness Unlocked. I am Brandy Renee, and today we're going to be talking about what is blocking your success. The first thing that's likely stopping you from your success is the most obvious, and that is your fear of failure. And the fear of failure, it will literally leave you unstuck, like frozen and unable to do anything. It is one of my fears. I have three major fears. I'm claustrophobic, so being trapped somewhere, fear of rejection, and fear of failure. And that makes, those things make it difficult for me to navigate this world of entrepreneurship or just going off and starting a YouTube channel. So in one of my first videos, I told y'all I just did it scared, because we never know what is going to work and what is not going to work unless we try. And so the first thing, the very most obvious thing, is that your fear of failure is actually stopping you from even giving yourself a chance at doing something that you love and walking in alignment with your calling. Now this next one, I don't think it's talked about as much, but to be honest, you might be more afraid of your success than you are of your failure. So if you find yourself asking questions like, what will my life look like if I'm actually successful? Who will still be in my life? Who will my support system be? If I actually start getting all the clients that I desire, will I have time for myself? If I actually start to sell all of these shirts and all of this merchandise, will I be able to keep up with the orders, right? So our own success, our own belief in ourselves could actually be the thing that's stopping us. So we have to reframe that and say, I'm going to this next level. I'm going to go. And those who are meant to be there with me will be there. I will find a way to fill those orders because this is my calling. I will find a way to be there for myself because self-care is a priority for me now. So just know that you have all the tools and resources within you to be able to handle the success that you are going to receive in your life. So that's not a fear of failure. I think often we think about those types of questions as, you know what, I'm afraid of my failure, but really you're afraid of your success, because where you see yourself going, you may not see the people who are currently around you in that picture, and that might be for good reason. Not everybody is meant to move with us, at least in the same ways that they operate in our life at every stage of our life. If we want to really move into where we're wanting to go in our life, we have to accept that the people who are meant to be there with us will be there with us, and the people who aren't will not. And that will take care of itself. It's kind of scary to think about. I mean, I have to be honest about that. But at the same time, is your fear of your own success worth you never being able to experience that success? Is it worth not trying and not working hard at something you really know that you're called to do? And so you have to ask yourself, is it worth giving up for that fear? And so as I alluded to in the last one, that a lot of the times we're surrounded by the wrong people. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people or that they have bad intentions for you or anything like that, but it might mean that they don't have the capacity to support you in the ways that you deserve and desire and need to be supported in order for you to really reach the goals that you are striving toward. And so that's why sometimes I say it's best to work in silence at the beginning so that you can map out everything that it is that you want to do for yourself. You get your game plan down. You know what it is that you want. You know what you're ready to tolerate in this next phase, what you're not going to tolerate in this next phase, and you're able to then come out with it and be solid in what you're doing. So once you're solid in what you're doing and you've already paved the road, all you gotta do is drive down it. And either people are gonna, hop on the back of the wagon, or they are not. And maybe they don't hop on immediately, but maybe they meet you there. Sometimes it takes people for you to separate the relationships from other people, for them to move forward and for them to seek their goals too. So at the end of the day, you just have to live in your purpose and walk in your purpose in order for you to reach the place that you want to be. And also by doing that, you're giving others around you permission to do the same for themselves. So it's a win-win situation. But please do not stop striving for your own success because you're worried about the next person. They're gonna be okay. They may or may not go with you, but they're gonna be okay. But you have to worry about you, and that is not selfish, okay? It's not selfish. Your self-care, your personal growth, your personal success is something that you owe to yourself, not to anybody else. The other reason that you might not be reaching your goals or being as successful as you desire to be is because you might have a self-belief that you don't deserve it, right? That's a hard pill to swallow. But if our self-worth is struggling and our self-care is struggling and our self-love is barely there or non-existent, how can we truly be sure that we even deserve the success that we desire? So if you don't believe it for yourself that, hey, I deserve something better, I want more, I know that the life that I am living is not my optimal point, it's not where I want to stay, then you have to believe that you deserve to go somewhere else. Because if you don't believe that you deserve it, someone else might not believe it for you. And even if someone else does, it might be hard for you to accept that affirmation because you haven't opened up a space for it to live within you. So you have to start doing that inner work in order for you to believe that you deserve more and that where you're going is where you're meant to go. The other thing that might be stopping you from growing and being as successful as you desire to be is that you're not actually working in your purpose. What it is that you're after may not be yours. It may be someone else's. And what I mean by that is we're a society that is living and thriving off of social media and other forms of media that we consume on a daily basis, that sometimes it's hard for us to figure out if it's our dream or if it's somebody else's dream. Or if you have the trait in you that is competitive, you might be competing against somebody in their lane and wondering why you're not succeeding. It is because that's their lane and it was never meant for you. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is make sure that what it is that you want to work for is your purpose. So some ways that you can do that is just to sit back and reflect on, when are you most happy? What is it that you do that you feel like all the stars are aligned, right? So if you are doing something or working towards something and the fireworks aren't going off inside of you, you're not able to get excited, you don't have the good butterflies inside you, you're not dreaming about it, thinking about it, in your spare time, then that might not be your purpose. And it's going to be very difficult for you to be successful and happy. You might be successful, but to live a happy, sustainable life if you're not walking in your purpose. And I know that from experience. And finally, you might not be as successful in your endeavor as you might like to be because you're just simply not putting in the necessary time, effort, and energy into this thing. So if you're giving it 50%, your output is going to be anywhere between 25 and 50%. Because remind you, everything that we put in might not catch. So if you're putting in 100%, you might get a 75% or 100% return, right? But if you're only putting in 50, don't expect to get 150 back. It just does not work like that. There is something called luck in this life, but I don't really like to put my money on luck, right? I don't really like to put my future more, that's more important than money. I don't like to put my future and my well-being on luck. I'd rather do the inner work to reflect, find my purpose, figure out what my fears are, and put in the work, the groundwork to really make this thing work for me. So I also think that social media contributes to this. And it's not just social media. This has been happening well before social media, but often we get to see the end result of people's hard work. We don't get to see the struggle, the days in and the days out. And so it seems like some things are easier than they appear. But I just encourage you to continue to work and chug and put your 100% all into whatever it is that you want out of your life, and it will come to you as long as it's within your purpose and you believe that you deserve to live that happy life. Every week I'm going to be posting a video centered on love, mental wellness, success, and relationships, and I hope to see you there next week. Comment down below which one resonated with you most. See you next time. Bye.